Ever feel like life is just complicated, like you're constantly searching for a manual that just doesn't exist? Well, what if I told you that over 2,000 years ago, a man named Confucius laid out a blueprint for a better, more meaningful life? And no, it's not about dusty old scrolls or impossible rules. It's about practical wisdom you can start using today. Stick around, because we're about to uncover life lessons from this ancient sage that are more relevant now than ever. So who exactly was Confucius? Born in ancient China around 551 BC, Kong, later known as Master Kong or Confucius, lived during a time of great social and political chaos. He wasn't a king or a general. He was a teacher, a philosopher, and a political advisor who believed he had the key to restoring harmony, not just to society, but to our inner selves. He looked around and saw a world that had lost its way, and he dedicated his entire life to finding a path back. His goal was simple yet profound: to help people become the best versions of themselves. He believed that if individuals could cultivate their character, the world would naturally become a better place. It's a powerful idea, isn't it? That world peace starts right here with you and me. Let's dive into his first big idea, Zhen, or humaneness. This is the absolute core of Confucian thought. Zhen is about recognizing the humanity in everyone. It's about empathy, compassion, and kindness. Confucius gave us a golden rule of his own. Do not impose on others what you do not wish for yourself. Think about that. It's not just about not doing bad things. It's about actively considering how our actions affect others. How would you feel if someone cut you off in traffic or spoke to you disrespectfully? Zhen asks us to put ourselves in their shoes. In our hyper-connected but often disconnected world, practicing a little more Zhen could change everything. It's about seeing the person behind the screen, the colleague behind the email, and treating them with the dignity they deserve. Next up is Li, which translates to ritual or propriety. Now, ritual might sound a bit stuffy, like something you do in a temple, but for Confucius, Li was about the everyday rituals that structure our lives and our relationships. It's about saying please and thank you. It's the respect you show your elders, the professionalism you bring to your work, and the way you conduct yourself in public. Li provides a framework for our interactions, making them smoother and more respectful. It's the social grace that turns a chaotic crowd into a community. Think about your daily routines, your morning coffee, how you greet your family, how you start your work day. These are all modern forms of Li. By performing them with intention and respect, we bring order and harmony, not just to our surroundings, but to our own minds. Now let's talk about Junzi, the exemplary person or gentleman. This was Confucius's ideal. A Junzi isn't someone born into nobility. It's someone who achieves moral excellence through self-cultivation. This is a game changer because it means anyone, and I mean anyone, has the potential to become a Junzi. So what does a Junzi do? A Junzi is someone who practices Zhen and Li. They are humble, they are sincere, and they are always learning. They are not driven by profit or fame, but by what is right. They speak with integrity, and their actions always match their words. In today's world, where we're often pressured to project a perfect image, the idea of the Junzi encourages us to focus on our inner character instead. It's about being authentic and striving for moral integrity, not just online likes. One of my favorite Confucian concepts is the mandate of heaven. Originally, this was a political idea, that a ruler's right to rule was granted by a divine power, and it could be lost if the ruler became unjust. But we can apply this on a personal level. Think of it as your own personal mandate, your purpose, your calling. Are you living in a way that is aligned with your deepest values? Are you acting with justice and integrity in your own little kingdom, your family, your job, your community? Confucius believed that when we live in accordance with our moral purpose, we are in harmony with the natural order of the universe. This isn't about fate, it's about responsibility. It's a powerful reminder that we have a duty to act honorably and contribute positively to the world around us. So how do we put all of this into practice? Confucius was a huge advocate for education and self-reflection. He famously said, "By three methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest." He believed that learning wasn't just about memorizing facts. It was a lifelong journey of self-improvement. Take time each day to reflect. Ask yourself, was I kind today? Did I act with integrity? Did I learn something new? Imitate people you admire, not to copy them, but to learn from their good qualities. And embrace your experiences, even the tough ones, as valuable lessons. This continuous process of learning and reflecting is how we slowly, day by day, become a Yunzi. Another practical lesson comes from his emphasis on family and community. For Confucius, everything started at home. The respect and love within a family were the training ground for how we should behave in society. This is the concept of filial piety, the respect for one's parents and elders, but it goes beyond just family. It's about understanding that we are all part of a larger web of relationships. Our actions ripple outwards. By being a good son or daughter, a good friend, a good neighbor, we are strengthening the very fabric of society. In an age where individualism is often celebrated, Confucius reminds us of the profound strength and meaning we find in our connections with others. Our well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of our community. Let's put it all together. Imagine you're facing a difficult decision at work. How would Confucius guide you? First, you'd apply Zen. How will this decision affect my colleagues, my customers, and the company? Is it a compassionate choice? Next, you'd consider Li. What is the proper professional way to handle this? How can I communicate my decision with respect and grace? Then, you'd ask yourself what a Yunzi would do. What is the most honorable and righteous path, regardless of personal gain? You'd reflect on your personal mandate. Is this action in line with my core values and purpose? This framework doesn't give you an easy answer, but it gives you a much better way to find the right one. It transforms a stressful problem into an opportunity for moral growth. The wisdom of Confucius has endured for over 2,500 years for a simple reason. It works. It's not a religion, but a philosophy for living a good life. It teaches us that small, consistent efforts, a kind word, a respectful gesture, a moment of reflection, are the building blocks of a noble character and a harmonious world. His teachings remind us that true success isn't measured by wealth or status, but by our humanity, our integrity, and the positive impact we have on others. The journey to becoming an exemplary person is a lifelong one, but it's a journey worth taking. It starts now, with your very next choice. So the next time you feel lost or overwhelmed, remember the ancient sage who believed in the profound potential within each of us. Cultivate humaneness, practice propriety, and strive to be an exemplary person. The world needs more people like that. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the mind of Confucius. If you found this useful, a like and a subscribe would be amazing. It really helps the channel grow. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which of these lessons resonated with you the most? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.